All right, everybody. Hey there. How's it going? Mike, you there?
Huh?
How's
What's
it going?
going on? Where am I?
Well, we're in the void, man.
What?
Yeah,
I went to a New Year's party and now I'm here. Huh?
this is the future.
What?
Actually,
Oh my god.
this is exactly what
What
it
the
is.
fuck?
Yeah. Uh,
Jesus.
you're gonna
It's
be
the
fine.
same.
You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. It's not that
It's.
bad.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Januaries have been pretty cursed these past few years.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah,
What happened last January?
Well, we had what was it? January before last was like the Capitol got raided by a bunch of hooligans,
Oh, that's right. I
a
forgot.
bunch of lunatics.
Yeah, an insurrection. That's
Yeah, that's right.
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane that happened. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure something else happened last January. Fuck, I can't remember what it was.
COVID.
Anyways, I'm sure it was awful.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Winter, whatever.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mike. What's their tagline? We got nowhere to go, but we're glad you're here. This is the Nowhere to Go
That's right.
podcast. I'm
Yep.
Oliver. That's Mike. Say hi.
Me, hello.
Mm-hmm. And this
Yep.
episode, we're gonna talk about the upcoming year, what we are looking forward to, and we're gonna. And, well, this is part of my resolution, I guess, for the new year. I'm just gonna try not to shit on things as much as possible. I'm just gonna try to be a little,
Okay, I dig it.
a little
Yeah.
cheery.
A little less cynical,
Mm.
more proactive, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I feel like I'm curmudgeon by nature. I think time did this to me. So
Yeah,
I
you
can't
know,
I can't fight time.
it's impossible. Can't fight it.
It's impossible. You know what? You know what really grinds my gears, Mike?
What really grinds your gears,
Something
Oliver?
that happened in my last stream. Someone, I forgot who it was, but someone said that time is a social construct, and I'm getting really fed up with this. let's start the year right. Listen, time's real, okay? Einstein figured this out. We're done. This is over. The debate's
Yeah.
complete.
I mean, like, what's the extended part of that argument? It's like, if you just don't believe in time, you won't age. It's that simple, people.
That's right. That's right. Entropy isn't really a thing if you don't think it is.
It's just made up.
Like
You're doing it to yourself.
It's a social construct. We can change it, guys. Nah. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's a property of space. I can't help you. Like fucking
Space and
time. They're together.
There we
They're
go.
married. And they're in love. And there's nothing you can do about it. Anyways,
Time is important.
time is
people.
important.
Don't forget about it.
It's not forgetting about you. I'll tell you that much. I can't stop coughing this morning. I'm old. Anyways, what have you been playing lately, Mike? What's new with you?
We've been doing more Dark Tide.
Ooh,
Still on the Dark Tide train.
still on the
I like
tide.
it.
Still riding the.
Still on that riding that tide, man. Yeah.
It goes in, it goes out. No one can explain it.
It's dark.
Yeah, I can't see it, so I can't explain it. Obviously.
Sometimes it's the vermin tide too.
Mm.
So like, it's better than the first one, but
Jesus.
it's a tide of vermin.
Ugh, it sounds horrible. Comes in, it comes out.
Yeah.
Something about the moon.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. It's just what the hell else did I play? I can't even remember. I think it's just been Dark Tide.
damn, that's fair. That's fair.
I think it's just Death Stranding. That's right. I started playing Death Stranding again.
Good.
And I'm still like halfway. I just got to the mountain in my director's cut playthrough.
Like
Really enjoying it.
past the Mountain Knot City. Like
Yeah, I just unlocked Mount Knot City, and exploring the mountain. Like I just got to the mountaineer,
oh yeah.
helped his sickly wife.
Mm-hmm. with that
Get the
doctor.
doctor connected.
I like that.
It's such a nice change up in that from what you go to, like just getting to the mountains, like it becomes again like the environment's there to fuck you up,
Yeah.
not just the people, because it's like before that in the valley, it's like nobody trusts you. It's like, ah, fuck off, dude. You gotta do this, this, and that for me to trust you. Here, they're just like, oh, thank God you're here. Oh, please, nobody comes here. You're the only one. So, it's a nice change up.
Yeah, they're not. They're like, yeah, hook me up to the internet, fucking now.
Please, God, it
the worst.
sucks here.
It's so cold.
I can't leave.
It's like who thought this was a good place to put this fucking bunker?
It's like the naming conventions, like the Giver, right? Like someone named this guy the Mountaineer. That means I guess he's got to live in the mountain.
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't have a choice. I don't know. That's what they named me. What drives me crazy about that area? I mean, I love that game. It's an almost perfect game, but the doctor is in the worst fucking place ever. Like, the doctor, like his location is like nearly impossible to fucking get to. He's alongside like a waterfall on the side of a mountain. There's like a sheer cliff next to him. It's like who the fuck can get to you? Jesus.
I remember the first time getting to him was like a real pain in the ass, right? And then you can set up the zip lines and shit, right?
Yeah, once you set but even then, like putting the zip line together in that area is like a super pain because like there's like that. The best way to start that is to connect it to Mountain Knot, right? Because then you can like web out. But then there's like a huge like ridge right in front of like in between.
So you got to loop around it. Yeah. And so like I lucked out on my director's cut run because with the connected, players, someone just made a bridge.
Somebody made
straight
a bridge
to his house.
Yes. In my first run, somebody made a bridge too, but it was the most like it was the worst position bridge ever. Like it was a bridge straight to the wall. So like I'd be there with my truck trying to get all this crap because because he's such a pain in the butt to get to. I'm like, let's just do it all. Just do all of it at once. Give him everything he needs, so I don't have to do this anymore. I just kept slamming into the wall, trying to like do the Austin Powers like 3-point turn for to infinity. You know what I mean? You remember that?
Yeah.
And it's just like I can't, and I just kept falling into the water with the truck. It's just like I got so mad. I deleted the bridge. I was like, fuck the bridge. I'm done with the bridge. I just put a ladder down. I just rode my bike slowly over the ladder, and I was like, "It's just." Or actually, a few times I would just throw the packages. I was like, "Fuck this, Chuck." Yeah, I'll pick it up over there. I'll just spray it. Whatever, it's fine. Magic spray fixes everything.
Funny.
Yeah, Death Stranding, great game. Game of the year, 2022. I'm pretty sure that's
right.
What we came
and
to,
2023.
Right? That was our and beyond.
And beyond.
Yeah, cool. It's Death Stranding. So, you've been fighting ghosts and darkness. Basically the same game.
Avoiding ghosts as much as possible.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Dangerous.
A little bit.
So what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
I've got. Well, actually, I've been trying to like take a real vacation. I've been trying to like just not like. I like writing, but it also feels like work. So I was like, I need time with none of that. But I've got like a slew of like, okay, these are the games I want to play on my break, and I want to like knock these out so I can get back into the rhythm of writing and all that.
Right.
But in the meantime, I've been reading a lot of like. I've been diving a little bit lately into Japanese history again. Just kind of refreshing my mind on some stuff. Mostly to win internet arguments, of course. And I'm kidding. No, I never argue about that shit. That's actually the one thing I'll never fight anybody on is like factual stuff. Then I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy who's totally wrong and with like egg on my face, right? But if it's like opinions, like I'm 100% right all the time. But anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been kind of like in this like Japanese history kick, and so I started playing Total War Shogun 2.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Friend of the show, Longbeak, gave me keys to that, so I picked it up. It's fun, but fucking hard. Holy shit.
Is it really? Okay.
Well, it's not that it might not be hard, but like my brain, I'm having a hard time like zooming out, you know, like
Oh, I got you.
and I forgot because like my RTS experience is mostly StarCraft, Command and Conquer, and I guess Pikmin. Pikmin's probably the last RTS I played. But yeah, like thinking about like usually those games are like you're thinking about like units, maybe positioning, but mostly like the resource management and all that, right? Where here it's like I gotta think about like formations and like where I'm drawing the line and where I'm like unit positions in accordance to like terrain and stuff. So it's a little bit more. I have to be a bit more thoughtful about it. And
I got you.
I like it, but I'm not good at it yet. So you won't see me
I
streaming
got you,
that for a minute because I want to get good.
Yeah,
at
those
it.
the old World War games definitely had a bit of a steeper learning curve, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, even the tutorial, like I missed one part, and it shows its age a bit. That like the tutorial's like telling you what to do while the battle's still happening. I'm like, but hey, what the fuck? They're like, hey,
What?
they're like, position your archers here. I'm like, position. Okay, I guess I should put them over. And there's just like a small like group of infantry just rushing at me. I'm like, should they fire? I don't know. And the
Oh, your archers are dead.
yeah, well, my archers are just like, what are we doing? I'm like, I don't. Okay, just send in the spearmen. Just deal with it. Like, fuck it. Touch it with arrows. Just fight them. I don't know. But yeah, I'm down to play it. I'm excited to play it, but it's gonna be like a slow burn, I think. And I'm also reading like.
It's a good way to do those games.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's another one of my like resolutions. It's like because we'll talk about it now in a little bit about what we're looking forward to. But the things I'm looking forward to are like they're kind of like kind of spaced out a lot. So I kind of need like I want to have like my comfort game, like I just need to decompress and
Yeah, I totally get you. Yeah.
So I'm playing that, and then on the flip side, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm playing it on lethal difficulty.
Oh shit!
Because I hate myself, and I'm feeling like I don't know if it's an age thing. Here we go, old man coming back at you. But I wonder if like I rely too much on like I know how to play video games and not enough on like these are skills I need to develop to get good at these games. And so while I really like Ghost of Tsushima, and I've always the main reason why I like that game is because I feel like the tools they give you from the very beginning are enough to just like it's everything you need, right? Everything else is extra, but like the main like the parry, the block, the sidestep is just like that's it. That's the whole game, and you can go the whole game without getting hit if you're good enough, right? Whereas like something like Monster Hunter, like you're gonna get hit. Like it's just like sometimes you're just gonna get hit, and that's fine.
I think some madmen tried to do a no damage run.
I don't hate myself that much.
One of those Team Darkside guys, I think.
Yeah, after you killed 1 million Glavinus, like all right, you don't have to, but okay, go for it. Actually, I really like side note, but I really like the one where they fight Fatalis and they're all using the longsword. Have you seen that video?
I think so, yeah.
And they're all just doing the exact same motions in the exact same position.
Mirror fighting.
Yeah, it's just like it's like after image. It's like a fucking Dragon Ball fight. I'm like, how are you guys doing this? This is amazing.
They do that a lot. It's
choreographed.
Like, okay, position here.
Yeah.
Charge attack here. Slam. It's literally like on a spreadsheet for them.
Yeah. It looks like fun, but also not. But anyways, it's cool to watch.
It's definitely a niche thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm playing on lethal difficulty, which I thought was like one hit and you're dead, and it basically is. But sometimes you can survive a hit.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it is really changing the way I'm playing that game, because like before I was like, oh, I'm a fucking samurai. I'm just gonna walk up. You could do your little standoff, right? kill the first
Right.
guy and then be like, bring it on. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna stab you in the back when you're not looking. I'm gonna shoot you in the head, cause the confusion.
Yeah, play extra dirty.
Yeah, but also not just that, but I'm noticing like because it kind of is one hit one kill, so you have to like I can't get caught up on shit. I like there's like really no room
Right.
for error. So even like positioning around like the areas themselves, like I get killed sometimes because I my back is against the wall and I didn't realize it because I didn't move the camera right. And I'm like shit, and I just get hit. It's like all right, so start over, go back to the same place. I'm like okay, I really gotta think about like the positioning here. Where do I want to lead them? What's more advantageous for me? Not like just walking
Yeah.
backwards forever. Like that doesn't work anymore because who knows where I'm gonna walk into, right? So it's like there's like these really big dudes with like these heavy like kind of like hammer type weapons, and I was having a really hard time with them. But I figured it like it's a bit of a cheese, but you hop a short wall. When they hop over, just hit them as soon as they land because there's like a they have to get back up, and it was enough to like get them. So like your damage is higher than usual, so you can kill them pretty quickly, but they can do the same, and so there's like a it's like a good balance.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not just like they're infinitely harder. It's like
Right.
just
it's
the
not
risk is
damage
higher.
sponges.
Yeah, the risk is higher for everybody.
Interesting. Right? Actually, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, so I just last night I got like my first I finally got like my first full armor, and like I upgraded my sword for the first time, and I'm like doing more damage, and now it's like starting to like tip the scales a little bit more in my favor. And I got like my bow and stuff, but there's still like it's not like it was before. Like I and it's a instinct I have to like train myself out of. Like I see people, I'm like I'm just dashing right at them to do the cool like slide cut. I'm like no, this fucks me up. Like every time I do that, someone just like pokes me. I'm like ugh. Like okay,
That's funny.
Gotta be a little bit more on top of it, but yeah, so far
Yeah, that sounds cool, man.
yeah, it's fun. And it's like it's edging me towards I don't know. I don't like Souls types, but you know, we talked a little bit about Fallen Order, and I liked it, but you know, it's just a little too difficult for me, and maybe I gotta lower the difficulty. But I think at the same time, I gotta think more about what it is I'm doing, and not just press the buttons.
Mashing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what usually too. That's one of the enjoyment I get out of Dark Tide as well. Like me and the friends I play with we're all getting better at the game, and it's showing like we can play on harder and harder difficulties.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to. I've been enjoying the different classes in the game, and different weapons that they get.
Are they all?
Like that.
Do you play just the Space Marines in that one?
No, there's no Space Marines. See, like in Dark Tide, like
What?
it's like you're playing in a hive city, so it's like a hive city's being overrun by an infestation by the god of pestilence Nurgle. So like he's got corrupted
Friend of the
Imperial
show.
Guard.
Sorry.
Yeah. Imperial guardsmen have been corrupted by his by the demon, and they're now bringing pestilence into the city. And like you know how Warhammer 40K, like the scale is like unfathomably big, right? Like you just can't really picture what the scale of everything is. Like Tertium, the city you're in, is a hive city. Like the peak of the city goes into space, right? Like it acts like a fucking like
a
space
termite mound?
elevator. Yeah, it's just immense.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
And like the city is so big, it's basically like that tree from Dragon Ball where it sucked the planet dry of resources.
That's a tree of might.
And like, yeah, tree of might. And and the whole rest of the world is just like a wasteland now. But like there's just that one major city on it, and it's just home to hundreds and hundreds of billions of people. And it's just like, okay, so like, you know, when we killed like 1,000 zombies at level, that was really just nothing at all.
You barely made a dent.
It's just like very, very nothing at all in the grand scope of it. So like you play as shit, what are they called? They're just like
Imperial Guardsmen.
they're just like they were prisoners. Like you start in prison at the start of the game.
Like every good
Then
game.
your ship is
Frankly.
every good game, just like Oblivion.
Mass Effect
And
3.
Skyrim.
Mass Effect 3, you start in fucking house arrest. Just
Oh
saying.
fuck, that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot about
we can go on. What other games you start in prison?
that whole podcast.
Hold on. A Splinter Cell Double Agent.
Okay.
The beginning of that game is a prison break. It's the best prison break
That's
in all
right.
of games. So fucking good. So fucking good. Sorry. Go on.
That's right. That sure was cool.
I love that fucking game. God damn. Sorry.
I'm sure I think one of the Uncharted games was like in prison.
And Uncharted 4. That's right.
Yeah.
Damn, Mike.
Yeah, that's right.
Killing it. What are the prison games? Next episode. Going to prison. Sorry. Go on.
How is it? It makes gaming great. So, but yeah, you play as just like a nothing, just like you're going to die, and like you help someone out important during like a ship being raided, and that gives you a second chance essentially. And so like you could start. There's 4 starting classes right now. 3 are human and 1 is an ogren, which is just an ogre. So a human ogre. So it's just a
Okay,
big
sure.
guy. Like that's his whole thing. He's just a big guy. He uses big weapons, like stuff like that, and he gets the most unique weapons out of the bunch for right now. But you get to play as like a veteran, so like someone who was in the service before as like an Imperial Guardsman. So he like focuses on shooting guns and stuff. That's what all of his skills like focus on. Then you can play as a zealot, and the zealot is like melee / ranged focused. So they have a lot of abilities that revolve around high risk, high reward kind of thing, where they can do a shit ton of damage in a very small window, but they could potentially die as well. Because they get more damage the lower their health is, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So and also the final class is a psyker. You get to play
Ooh.
as basically a 40k wizard, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I know about the psychers. They're fucking
Yeah, it's
bullshit.
poor psychers, man. They got it rough in the 40k universe.
Everybody has a rough in the 40k.
And that's true. No, it's just not a place you want to be
At all.
But I feel like psychers got it somehow the worst, because they're just like, if you're caught as like a rogue psyker, you could just be put on a ship back to Earth, and you're just fed to the God Emperor of mankind to keep him alive. Like that's your whole purpose, is to keep this guy alive.
I mean, he's the emperor, right? Like you gotta.
That's your God.
He's the guy. There's nobody else
He's
out
the
there.
guy.
He's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Apparently he's alive again.
Sure,
I don't know.
Sure. Why the fuck?
40k lore.
Yeah.
40k lore is pretty crazy.
It's just depressing.
Yeah, it's not great to get into it too much. Just look at the surface level where things look rad. Like Space Marines, they're pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Cool. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
All right.
that's
Cool.
Dark Tide.
All right. Well, this episode we're gonna talk about the upcoming year. It's the first for you, right? It's still January 1st for you.
Yep.
It's the second for me. Future's bleak. I'll just tell you that right now.
Oh shit.
Sorry, man. Stock up on potable water.
Oh, damn it.
It's rough. But yeah, we're going to talk about games, movies, and shows that we're looking forward to next year. We're going to try to keep it brief. There's a lot that we want to talk about.
Sounds good.
But Mike, you have the list,
Yes.
right? I gave you the list. We have the list.
I do, yes.
We're going to stick to the list. After,
Sounds.
we're going to play some Dying Light.
Yep, give that a shot.
Yeah, I got the controller working on that, so I'm super hyped because I was messing around with it a bit, and it I don't know, man. Trying to play on PC sounds great, playing with the keyboard. I'm like, that's cool, and then it was like left shift to run. I'm like, no, I can't. It's just
Damn,
not gonna
really?
happen. I can't. It's wrong.
Your pinky, huh?
Listen,
Doesn't want to.
no, it's not that it doesn't want to. It's just that it's not right. I'll tell you why. Because if my middle finger's on the W as it should be, because
yeah.
Oliver went to Miss Ferdinand's School of Typing, back 20 years ago. I'm like,
Okay.
then my pinky's on the caps lock. It doesn't. Anyways,
Oh, really?
it's weird.
Interesting.
You want? I mean, okay, we don't gotta get into it. Let's get into it.
What
Listen,
so that's like a North Pole.
I. Yes, yes, you're right. God, remember those like weird like configurations on like Halo 1 where people would
Yeah.
like
I was
I
just fucking
couldn't
Southpaw, fucking Claw,
there was
just
there's one that was specifically weird that drove me crazy where it was like they used the bumpers for like for jumping and stuff, which you do here, which is in Dying Light, which is interesting. But like I remember this dude showed up at a party I was at with like his controller looked like two pistols glued together, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
what
And he
the
played with a
fuck?
weird like configuration, one of those weird ones. And he's like, "It's the best way to play because I never have to move my finger." I'm like, "Hey, you're calm the fuck down."
It's most efficient.
Yeah, it,
It's like that guy with the ball mouse I was telling you about last
mm-mm,
night.
mm-mm. Don't speak of that sacrilegious blasphemy here.
Monster Hunter on keyboard with a ball mouse.
It hurts me inside. All right. Anyways, games I'm looking forward
Yeah, yeah.
to. I think the first one is the most important one, probably.
Yep. Yep, yep.
Death Stranding. Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2.
I don't.
Yeah.
So maybe not this year, but whatever.
Probably next year.
Probably next year, which is fine because I can't get
Yeah.
a PS5. So
Yeah.
yeah, please.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be easier by the time closer to launch. Hopefully you get to play Director's Cut before it comes out.
Yeah, if I get five, that's probably if I get five. If I get a PS5, that's the first game I'm getting is
There
Director's
you
Cut.
go, yeah.
And yeah, cause yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do we really? I feel like Death Stranding gets its own episode one day.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite games of all time. So definitely looking forward to the second
Same.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody making predictions out there, stop. Just quit now while you're ahead. You don't know what's happening. You have no fucking clue.
I have analyzed like I have some assumptions. I'm not gonna like say it like it's fact or nothing like
Just-
that, but
it's
it is
a-
fun to like break down those trailers.
It's a losing battle, man. It's a fucking losing battle. Just don't do it. But anyways, yeah. Definitely looking forward to Death Stranding. More walking, more hiking,
Hell yeah.
more sand porter bridges.
That's right.
Yo, quick side note.
Maybe he has a different name.
I hope not. It's the best name in all of gaming. Sam Porter Bridges, and he's a delivery man who lays down Come on, man. Yeah, I have my Bridges cap, and I went hiking this weekend. I was wearing the cap, and I was like, I feel it. I feel like I need to drop something off. If anybody need anything, I can just put it on my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely Death Stranding.
That's true.
Yeah. The thing is, there's not much to say, like, because there's not
Yeah,
much
yeah.
said.
We're looking forward to the new trailers to come out
Yeah,
this year.
I guess I like to go into games blind, but I don't know if watching Death Stranding trailers is going to give me really any relevant information. Because, but the
But for
first,
like they didn't show anything, just the cutscenes mostly.
But, like, for the
when
first
the
game-
first game was coming out.
yeah, the first game it was just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Like,
It's awesome. I fucking love it so much.
I remember Jeff Gersman made this like from Giant Bomb. He was talking when the first trailer came out with the baby with BB and like Norman Reedus just like on the beach and all this shit. Like
Yeah.
he was like, "Is the baby like Metal Gear?" Like what? Like, he's like, is he like surrounded by dead things? Like, are these his creations and stuff? And I was like, man, that'd be really dark and interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally off. But
Well, it's just, you could always draw something like that when there's no true explanation for like, hidden symbolism and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like anytime that's like, sure, you can say that's Kojima's baby
yeah,
and he's Norman Reedus.
then Kojima is Norman Reedus. That's right. All right, next on the list, which is a game that kind of came out of nowhere for me, and I was like, this doesn't. It looked
Yeah.
too good to be true almost, and it's looking
Yeah,
better.
it's one of those crazy games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Hogwarts Legacy.
that's right.
I'm in my younger days, I was really into Harry Potter. Reluctantly at first, I was like forced I think I was like maybe like 13 when the first movie came out, and like
Hmm.
my mom was like, "Take your sister to the movies. Go watch Harry Potter." I was like, "Ah, I don't want to fucking come on." I went to the movies, watched it, and I came home. I was like, "I need that book now. Like, give it to me right now. This is amazing."
Yeah.
Especially like I don't know if you remember like the ending scene where like Voldemort's head is on the back of that dude's his face on the back of the
Phase.
dude's head,
Yeah, yeah,
and my
bigger his head,
sister
yeah.
was like, she was freaking the fuck out. I was like, "This is amazing!" Like, uh, and they're like, "Well, it was love, Harry." I was like, "Oh, it's okay, all right, but we should read it." Um, yeah, definitely gotta love those books. Bought them
Yeah.
like
That'll
at
be an
launch.
interesting one because you definitely know more about the books than I do. I've only read the first two books and I barely remember them
Eh,
now because I read them when they were came out.
second book's so
Um,
good.
I've only seen some of the movies. Like
Don't
I've seen the
don't.
first two movies, maybe a piece of the third,
I
some
I
of the fourth, some of the fifth, that kind of
Yeah,
thing. So
I fell off the movies. It's just it's hard
yeah.
because there's just so much like content, and there's so many like I think what makes those books really good is like the interpersonal relationships that the characters have with each
Hmm.
other, and like watching that develop, especially like because I
Yeah.
was in school at the time, and so like
Right,
it was
right. Growing up with it. Yeah.
yeah, it was very like it was synonymous with my life in some ways. But I think that's the core strength of those stories, and you lose a lot of that in the movies. These books
Hmm.
are huge. You can't like
Right.
hour and a half. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the gameplay looks great. The
Yeah,
way
it's
they're
like it's a real shocker. Like it's gorgeous. The gameplay looks fun.
yeah
Like and it seems like it's gonna be a big game. Like they really like you just can make your own character in this universe and
yeah
run with it. Like
yeah
it's really cool. It's like like it's a true fantasy type of thing. What you would want a franchise video game to be, where you're a character in that world that you're interested in.
yeah,
Or
and
you're
like
like me, and it's just like this looks cool.
I mean that's
Sure.
kind of the thing, right? Like the combat and stuff looks like really interesting. I always thought
Mhm.
like the quote unquote combat in like Harry Potter was always a little goofy, people like waving around sticks or whatever. But like,
Mhm.
it looks like it's like the systems wise, it looks really interesting.
Okay.
But also, the setting is interesting as well because it's like pre Harry and all that stuff. So like everything you
Oh,
know
is it?
of,
Okay.
yeah, this is like 100 years before something. It's like in the 1800s or something.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so like seeing that world as it's like developing and you know what it leads to might be interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah, it looks freaking gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
so like it's hard to explain. Like Hogwarts as a place kind of has like its own identity in a way, and it
All right.
feels like they're kind of like nailing it down, where it has that kind of
Mhm.
timeless feeling to it. It basically doesn't
Yeah, I think I
change
get what
much.
you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, the graphics look great. It's on the PS4. Super excited. That means I can play it. Because
Nice, nice.
fucking what the hell? And
And Sony knows nobody has a PS5.
they're still making PS4s, which is crazy.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, it looks great, and I'm just super interested in it. All the hoopla around like uh, all the negative stuff before the game's even out is really like I just kind of brushed it aside. Like whatever, it's not important.
Yeah,
Like just
yeah,
games are art. Judge them for what they are. You know what I mean? So
right.
just play it and see what it's like.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any like multiplayer component to it, but if there is, that
I
might
don't
be cool.
think there is. I don't think there. I think it's just a single player RPG.
Which is frankly for me super refreshing at the same time. Like
Yeah.
I really adore RPGs where I can just like get totally wrapped up in.
Mhm.
So super down for that.
Yeah. One of the interesting things I heard about it is that because your character isn't starting, this is your first time going to Hogwarts as this character, right?
Yeah.
That you're making, but you're not a child. You're like a teen. Like
Right.
you're older than a first year student, and from my understanding is that they're treating like the collectibles as like a reason for your like missed school years. So like the more you search around and look for things, the more things you'll learn
Ah.
and catch up essentially to where you should be in your class year, basically based on your age.
Oh, so like
So
the character himself is starting school later.
right, right. I
Ah,
don't know
okay, okay.
the context as to why, but it's
Yeah,
you're starting at this age that you're starting
I
the
see.
game as.
Yeah, it
So
kind of depends. Like, if I remember correctly, like, well, first you have to be invited to go. It's not like you applied,
right,
but
or
oh,
found by a half giant or some
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Well, he was special, so he got escorted.
Good.
But yeah, the like a lot, like sometimes like wizards don't know they're wizards.
That's right.
Like Harry didn't know,
Right.
so that was a big.
I think it's probably one of those cases, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm down.
Yeah,
It looks super cool. It looks fun. I'm
Mhm.
just happy to just dive into that.
For sure.
All right, next up, big one for me, huge one for
man.
me.
Yeah, same, me too.
Been waiting for this shit for a while, patiently. I want them to
Yep.
take their sweet ass time because what like
I hope to God it runs on the Switch, man.
It-
Just
it
hope
has
to
to.
God.
but
Please.
it can't. It's a follow up to like maybe the most like impactful game of in a while, I think.
Yeah, the Switch seller.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, the next, or her, as
Breath of the
everybody
Wild.
keeps saying, Breath of the Wild too. Like you got to get over it.
That's right.
It's just not the name of the thing. You need to move
Not
on.
anymore.
Yeah, it never was. This is what y'all just called it.
Didn't they announce it? They announced it like
They
Breath
announced
of
the
Wild
sequel to Breath of the Wild.
too. Oh, I see.
They never put a 2. Everybody else put a 2 on it. Y'all got to chill out.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just you accept it and move on.
They're not.
Yeah,
They're not.
They're not. No, they're never going to. Because yeah, yeah. Tears of the Kingdom looks great. This game, I'm gonna go in totally blind.
Same.
I think Breath of the Wild has the best map ever in games. If you play that game, not map as in like the map you use, but like the terrain, like the area, the environment.
Okay, interesting.
If you play that game without a map, without looking at the map at all, you can get around. Just
Right.
by you can follow paths. You can get
Landmarks. Yeah.
yeah, get off paths. You can the amount of what are they called? Landmarks. Or there's
yeah.
enough of them that you can like orient yourself to them. There's literally like there's a North Star, the fucking castle.
That's right. Yeah.
If you get one divine beast, you can always see north from just about anywhere because there's a laser pointing to it. And if you don't see the laser, there's a cloud of darkness. It's pretty. There's a big pig. You can see him. Like that's north.
Yeah.
Oh, no sneezing. That's against the rules.
Didn't
okay.
catch the mic. I don't.
Oh, you guys didn't hear it? Oh, great, perfect.
I didn't hear it.
Good stealth sneeze. Good job. But yeah, next one looks great. Super excited for it. I hope. I don't know. I there's not much to say. Like I'm just gonna go in blind. I just want to get lost in there. I just want to look around. I'm gonna go like internet dark for like a week. That shit comes
Yeah.
out. I'm just gonna be gone.
It's gonna be a big event for sure.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I hope they improve some of the combat. I feel like the combat was a little flat sometimes.
Yeah, I think they did talk about a lot of the criticisms they got from the first game. So
Yeah.
and that being like the weapon degradation system, a lot of people that turned a lot of people off from the game. Which I understand. It didn't necessarily hurt my experience too much
Me neither. It was fine.
because I'm a hoarder
Yeah.
in these types of games anyway. So
Yeah.
and it felt really good to collect like the really high tier weapons, right?
Mhm.
So especially when you got what were the horsemen called? What were they named?
Lionels?
Lionels, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after fighting your first Lionel and just being like, holy shit! Jesus Christ, this guy's kicking my ass! And then getting to the point where you can easily overcome them, just like start collecting their loot essentially.
Right.
It's just really satisfying.
Yeah, I think what I'm looking forward to the most is just like having that physics playground again, just seeing what I can do.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing to do with like I will say 100% every time the strongest weapon in that game is the Korok leaf. You just fucking blow those bastards away. They never have to touch you.
Into the water.
Into the water, you're done. And you're like, got him. Don't care.
That's a legit strat for the damn like the hard mode,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's just like fuck fighting these things. Just push them into the water.
Yeah, and I hope the one thing I'd like I'm not big on like they need to do this, they need to do that. But one thing I do hope they do is like add some kind of like not difficulty thing, but like restrictions to like adjust the gameplay because I ended up doing that a lot, like limitations. So like what
Oh my
my
gosh.
favorite run I ever did of that game of Breath of the Wild was I did a bows only, no map, no horse run, and it was super fun.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because that
Nice. That's cool.
not just bow. I could throw weapons. That was the
Uh,
caveat. I was like, if I pick up a weapon, I can throw it. That's it. So like I played the whole game just hopping around, shooting everybody in the head, blocking their arrows. I would take around like a wooden shield so I could just pick up their arrows when they shoot at me, just fire them back
oh,
at
okay.
them. Um,
That's fun.
and it was just super like, like guerrilla warfare style, just trying to blow everything up at them, um, and just
That's cool.
not using the map. So like I was like, okay, I had
Yeah.
to like go off my memory, like okay, I need to get to this place because I know there's good weapons here, blah blah blah, and it's super fun that way. And I hope they do something like that where you can. Also, I did no gliding. I didn't use the glider,
Oh wow.
so it made it
Okay.
really hard to like.
Yeah.
I had to really care about my stamina. I had to
Hmm.
like focus on like making the right foods for the right times, preparing ahead of
Hmm.
time. Like okay, I know I'm gonna go to the snow place, so I'm gonna need to make like the right food, and I have a limited amount of space. So like, that kind of thing, like I think that enhance the experience post game
Hmm.
once you're kind of done with it. But
Right.
yeah, the story I could give a shit about. Like whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think
Yeah.
it's cool that they have some voice acted characters. I wish Link
Um,
would actually.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that's the worst part of Breath of the Wild. I'm gonna
You
fight
don't
you
like
on.
it? You
It's
don't like?
horrible. Their voice acting is bad. Okay,
Eh.
let's start. Okay, I'll go through the whole thing. Link sounds great. Good job. He says say shit. Just go. But great. That's what I want. Everybody else did a shit job. Everybody else sounds
Oh,
like they're miles away from each other. Everyone's always screaming at each other or whispering, whether they're like shoulder to shoulder or not. The Goron, quiet down. Just quiet down. Zelda is the worst one.
oh my
Her
gosh.
accent is shit. It's so bad. It sounds like me. Like that's my British accent. I'm not a like. Oh Link, come over here,
I
Link.
think she's actually a British
She's
woman.
not. She's
King of,
American, which
oh,
doesn't make
shit.
sense. There's a whole island of
Yeah,
these
King of Red
people.
Lions is just an American guy.
Just
Yeah,
get
he
the.
just he speaks
There's
English
plenty of
normally.
people who speak the way you want them to speak. Just hire them. Anyways, yeah, I think that was like it's just it drives me crazy. It's the worst part of it. Like they should just stay quiet. Just Link, oh, I need you, Link. Like stop it right now. I don't need this.
It has been a while, but yeah, it just didn't bother me that much.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Out of a like an almost perfect game, that's like the worst part of it. So whatever, you can ignore it. The story doesn't fucking matter at all, like at all.
It's Zelda.
But you know it's super fun, arguing timeline stuff. We should have an episode all about the Zelda timeline.
Oh my
That'd be
gosh.
so much fun to just poop on everybody who has who gives a shit about this stupid timeline. Like it's the most important thing ever.
Yeah. I honestly like the theory like years ago, like before Twilight Princess came out, that it was just like, yeah, this is just it's called The Legend of Zelda and it's just stories, like someone
I
reiterating over and over
That's
again.
what I subscribe to, frankly,
Yeah.
because like the timeline thing is weird. There's multiple timelines that have been printed in different publications that contradict each other, and then the last one that was printed at the bottom has a little asterisk and it's like the timeline is really whatever you want it to be. And it's like, so why did you ruin the internet by doing this? Like you should have just stayed quiet. Like
Yeah.
I always thought like the Legend of Zelda just sounded like this is a tale that's being told and it's told differently,
Yeah,
or
it's
these are
very
different.
whimsical.
Yeah, these are different stories, but it's like a word of mouth thing. Like nothing is nailed down, which is fine.
Right.
It's iterations on a theme. This is what Nintendo
Hmm.
does, right? Like every Mario, there's no Mario timeline, and if anybody tries to tell me otherwise, I'm gonna throw a sandal at them because they're
Oh my
wrong,
god.
and it's not important, right? Like
And
it's just
the only timeline that matters with Mario is when the games came out. That's it. Like the games reference video games, not like they're real. You know what I mean?
weird, right? It's weird.
Like
It's a hard
like
concept for a lot of people, I think.
like Odyssey just like when you go back to N64, like fucking
Yeah.
Mushroom
Yeah.
Kingdom, like it's a reference to Mario 64. It's
Yeah.
referential,
That's
not a
it.
connected universe.
Move on. Like, yeah, it's Peach's Castle. I guess. Who cares? It's a video game.
Yeah,
Move on. But yeah,
yeah.
no, this whole like 3 timeline split shit. Where does Breath of the Wild fit? I love pissing people off with that shit. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. You're like,
It's basically Zoomer bait at this point now,
it
right?
is. It is because they get so triggered. They get so triggered.
Get so into it.
Oh, I love it. Anyways, moving on.
Kind of
Tears of the
crazy.
Kingdom.
Yeah, yeah,
Super excited.
yeah.
It's gonna make probably my summer. I would assume. I think that's when it comes out.
That comes out like before April, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I think it comes out in May. It comes out in May.
In
So
May. Okay.
yeah. So right now it's
All right.
like my upcoming games looks like Hogwarts Legacy, then that, and then
Yeah.
whatever I'm playing in between. Moving
Yeah.
down the line.
Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4. I love Pikmin. It's cute.
I haven't played Pikmin since the first game, but
Oh,
I
man.
every time they make a new game, they're just like so damn cute looking,
Yeah, it's
so
so.
adorable,
Mhm.
and it's just like endearing. I always want to get into it, but I never usually have the time for it, or it's just a bad place for just trying that game because I usually don't have consoles set up anymore. But I do have my Switch set up now.
PC
I just
Master
play
Race.
it through my PC, so
Yeah, it's great. I love Pikmin. Pikmin is like it's the chillest RTS, right?
yeah.
But the co-op stuff is actually really fun. Me and Liv like dominated Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. Like we were crazy about the
Oh,
fucking
nice.
game. And then the deluxe version on the Switch gave you co-op in the story mode, so it's super fun. But yeah, it's super cute. It's super chill. Yeah, it's just super like I keep saying super. I don't have any other adjectives. It's very
Excelsior.
yeah, exactly. It's I don't know. It's a no-brainer for me. It's just like yeah, it's a Nintendo experience.
When does this one come out?
I don't think it has a date. Just sometime this
Doesn't have a
year.
day yet. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just sometime.
Might
this year.
be. You know how Nintendo is with like Metroid 4.
Hey,
Wow.
that's not even on a list because I don't fucking believe it's gonna happen.
So
So
sad.
yeah, all right, let's move on. Dead Space remake.
Dead Space. I'm excited for that.
You're hyped for that. Yeah.
More horror games. Resident Evil 4 style survival horror games. Yeah.
You know what's not on the list actually? Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, we don't have that on the list.
Yeah,
We
because
should probably put that on. We can talk about it right now.
no,
Dead
we can
Space
keep
is
it off
Dead
the list. I'm not interested. I don't give
You're
a
not interested in
dude.
horror?
What are they gonna do to that? Like, okay, let's talk about Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I know.
Fun game, super fun. Like that
Yeah.
game. It's a
Yeah.
bad Resident Evil game. It's a bad Resident
You
Evil.
don't like it?
It's a fun action game. It's not a good Resident Evil game. Resident Evil before that was like methodical survival.
Pure survival horror.
Yeah, this is like I like the idea, but I don't think they executed it right. The idea is really well executed in the beginning when you're in the first town, and it's all about panic and like
Right.
adjusting the
Boarding up
environment.
the window.
Yeah, getting to the window,
doors.
blocking shit. Like, you have to move quickly because they're chasing you, and it's a very different feeling than the old ones, and that's great. But that game gets
Yeah.
long in the tooth, man. It's much longer than
It is a
used to
very
be.
long game, yeah. I went back to it not too long ago, playing it for the first time myself. I've seen playthroughs of the game countless times.
What did you play it on?
I played it on PC, but I also played the VR version.
Oh,
I played Resident Evil 4
Jesus.
VR, and it was actually really, really well done.
Mm.
Like I have to say that, like, it's just yeah, they for a VR game like that works actually super well. That whoever put that together in their team,
Mm.
it's a lot of fun. But yeah, like I didn't finish it on the PC playthrough,
Mm.
but I got to probably like the tail end of the castle. I didn't fight the boss there yet, but I know the game keeps going on after that for a
Yeah.
good while.
way too long. Like way too long. There's so much shit.
There's a lot. There's a lot to that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I maybe beat it. I want to say like a year or so ago. I was playing it on the Wii actually. motion controls.
Mhm.
Really good, really well done. Like it's super fun to play that way. Fun game, but just like the remake stuff when they like announced it, like I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess they're just gonna remake everything. But then they were like, yeah, remember that over the shoulder camera? Yeah, we're bringing that back. I was like, that's the fucking highlight you're gonna run with? Like that's hey buddy.
Oh yeah, like
it's been 20 years. We're good.
The last Resident Evils were all first person, right? So a lot of people were, that was the big thing in the community at the time, is like people were clamoring for the third person camera to be back. So that's why they said it like that.
Yeah.
So, they also just like this past year they released a third person update for Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you can play that fully in third person now, which is pretty cool.
I don't know. I haven't played like the last Resident Evil I played was 2. I didn't play 7.
2 remake.
Yeah, 2 remake. I didn't play 7. I didn't play 3 remake. But like watching parts of like 8 and shit, it just feels like I just don't know what Resident Evil is anymore. Like it just looks like the Addams Family. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Why is there a vampire and like a ventriloquist dummy? And I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? There's a fetus. I don't know what the hell's going on. I want the T virus. Just put me in a burning city again. Put me in a haunted house. That's
I
not
like 7 a lot. I like 7 a lot.
Yeah,
I think 7's got a good. It's very spooky. It's got some really good scare moments to it. And I do like the simplicity of the enemies in that game, because like they're just like bold monsters.
Yeah,
and,
I didn't pick up Resident Evil to fucking fight Frankenstein or whatever. Like I don't want to hang out with Grandpa, Dracula.
I don't know. Like same with like Monster Hunter, right? Something must have been going on at the time for game development in Japan.
At Capcom? No, like specifically
Western
Capcom.
Western monsters.
Somebody got like somebody started watching the Munsters in
exactly.
Capcom, and they're like, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Anyways, Dead Space remake. That I haven't played through that game because I'm a wimp, and I'm not good at So you talk about it.
Dead Space is an interesting one for me because I typically don't really like body horror at all, but like for certain games I'm fine with. Like Resident Evil, I'm okay for the most part. And Dead Space, it's just like these people are literally turned inside out, and it's totally fine for me for some reason. But,
I'm good with it.
A lot of times, like in body horror movies and shit, I just can't stand, or just like obscene violence, like people being diced to pieces and shit like that. I can't stand it.
Yeah. Same.
But Dead Space was a really tight game. Like when it first came out, like it's just a really solid game. The way you can progress through it, and just it takes a lot from like Resident Evil 4 specifically, because it is more adhered to the action side of survival horror. But I'm looking forward to the remake, because mostly because like Callisto Protocol was such a letdown and wasn't really the game I think a lot of people were hoping it was going to be. But more Dead Space, especially remaking that first game, because like it's a funny thing is like if you just watch like footage of the remake of Dead Space, it's like, yeah, it looks like Dead Space. You don't really realize how much they've improved the visuals and just feel of that game.
Yeah.
Because looking back at the original game, like that was a 360 game, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, I think as well.
Yeah.
And like, that game has not aged as well.
It's hard to I don't know. It's weird to think that the 360 was so long ago. But it really was. Jesus.
And like 360 era, PlayStation 3 era, like that, it lasted a long time.
Yeah.
It's like 10 plus years.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like liking the UI specifically in Dead Space.
All in the character,
Yeah, I like that kind of approach, that kind of like sophisticated,
very cool
approach to it. But yeah, like I think I played maybe with you a little bit. And I was I was like stressed. I was like, I can't. I don't want to be here. Like, if this was me, I'd just take that gun to my head. I'd be like, I'm done. I don't need to fucking handle this shit. Fuck, it looks like a clean cut.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, Yeah, fuck that situation.
I don't do that shit.
I don't want to be the only one left alive here.
Exactly. Like what? Like for what? Like what? What do I get?
Yeah.
Live to tell the tale? Fuck that.
Survive? Fuck
Nah.
that.
Anybody who has that, like, I know we play Zomboid and shit, but anybody who has that, like, post-apocalyptic, like, we're gonna rebuild society, like, nope, don't want to be that guy. You know what? Bring me back after. Have me. I don't mind being born in that, and then like raised in it, and then like get the fruits of like, hey, we kind of, we got walls now. I don't want to put up the posts. Like, I don't want to make all those terrible, am I going to eat my neighbor decisions? Like, nah, not cool. If you got the farm up, I'm there. I'll kill whatever you need me to kill, but not my friends or
Collect
my
those
dog.
cannons.
Anyways, where are we getting off track?
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy.
That's pretty much.
Okay, sorry.
That's Dead Space. Final
Space.
Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16.
PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Fucking me, man. I need that fucking machine.
For half a year? Maybe it might be a full year. I don't know. I've heard it's only 6 months.
Let me tell you something.
And then it'll go to PC.
Listen, Mike.
Yeah.
As a Japanese resident, everything's a fucking PlayStation exclusive because the Xbox doesn't exist here. I've never seen.
I've actually heard it's coming back now.
Stop it.
In Japan, Xbox is like resurging because there's such a shortage of PlayStation 5.
Nope. I don't believe it.
And PC?
PC I can see.
As well, I heard that.
PC, totally. Xboxes? Nah. You go to any like big box store, like you go to the video game floor, because they usually have a floor for it, you get a whole wall, like maybe two walls worth of, no, just like Switch stuff. And like one wall just for accessories. Like, do you want a thumb pad cover? Do you want a lanyard? Do you want a fucking whatever? You want charms for it? Whatever. Across from that, you get the PS4 and the PS5, and it's huge. Just huge. Xbox gets enough space for like 5 fucking games side by side. And you won't even see the system. And you're just like, what the hell? And it's in the dark corner, and it's dusty. You're like, what is this a thing? Now, a lot of people bought a 360 because I see that shit at like secondhand stores everywhere. But I see a lot of them, which means nobody wanted them. Like, they just didn't, whatever. I've literally never seen, what's the new one called? Series X? Is that what I don't even know what it's called. Like,
I don't know.
Whatever. The new Xbox, haven't seen it. The one before that, I've never seen it in Japan. I've only seen one in person back in the States. So I just don't like. Yeah, everything's a fucking PlayStation exclusive. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Anyway, Final Fantasy 16 looks great.
Final Fantasy. Yeah.
It looks like
I'm excited for it.
Super hype. It looks like the Final Fantasy I've been waiting for a while. 15 kind of disappointed me.
Yoshi P,
P,
developer of Final Fantasy 14.
Never heard
getting
of that
a single player Final Fantasy game.
Never heard of it. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
They just skipped. What are you talking about? It goes 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We shun 13. Straight to 15. I didn't like 15 much. It was very.
The visuals for it didn't really interest me much. I never played it really.
It's just the buy-in was so like hard. There's so much like, I think a good RPG, especially a narrative run RPG, you have to earn your, not credentials, but you have to earn the buy-in to the world, right? Like Final Fantasy VII is really good about it because it starts off action oriented. Like you jump in, you're jumping off the fucking train, you're taking people out, and they're like, "Let's go!" And you're like, "Okay, we're going." And you see everybody working, and you're in like the music, and everything's just going right. And by the time you're done with that first mission, and you get to the calm part, you're like, "Okay, like everybody here has their roles, and I've seen them done right." And I've seen you've seen all these interactions, and you've seen Barrett like curse a lot. You're like, okay, I kind of know where I'm at, and I'm bought in because their actions are reflective of the environment that I was in, and you see them reacting to their environment, right? You see them like you're in this ridiculous city, and they're trying to like whatever, blah 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 blah. You get it. Final Fantasy VIII does the same thing. You're in school. It feels like a school. You're on a mission because you're taking a test and blah blah. The buy-in is there, like because everything's working with it. 15 didn't feel like that at all. 15 was like, you're a prince. Like, of what? Like, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Get in the car. Okay.
Princehood.
Here are your friends. Like, why are they my friends? And everyone just has their weird anime talk, Like, hey man, let's do the thing. Like, okay, I guess. And they're like, okay, drive your car. Like, okay, nope, it's nighttime. Don't drive anymore. Like, what? You can't drive. What? Only I can drive now.
Uh,
Why? Like, there's a lot of weird, like,
is that really a thing in that game?
that's really a thing, yeah. You can't drive at night.
Holy shit.
It just don't let you. It just didn't make sense. Little things like that, like, pull you out of it. You're like, what the fuck? Like, this car has lights.
Yeah.
It's an empty road. There's nobody here. Why can't I drive? Like, sorry, Prince. You're not allowed to drive. Like,
Yeah.
I make the rule. What are you... Off with his head. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
they seem to like have a lot of updates for that game for like 3 years, right? They just continuously fixed and updated it.
yeah.
But even then, it's just like they added so much shit to the game. It's like fuck, dude. It's like wanting to buy an already like 50-hour RPG and then looking at the DLC list, which is
Right.
also just like another 50 hours. It's like, damn, dude,
It's also like it's got
that's
a
a
lot
lot.
of. It feels like a lot of like flash but no substance. Like I remember there's a big deal about like
Mm,
the there's a girl who's getting married and like they're like, oh, her dress is designed by Vera Wang. I'm like, who gives a shit?
that's right.
What are you
Yeah,
talking about? What the fuck? First of all,
the
not
real world designer shit.
yeah, like I don't care. I don't care. It's not important.
That's how the Lightning games were too, right? The
I
Lightning 2
guess
specifically.
I don't know, man. 13 hours into Final
Well, the
Fantasy 13, and I got tapped out. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you called and told me like, yeah, so I bought Final Fantasy the Lightning game, and it's like, all right, then. And then you got back to it, like you got around to it like months later, and you're just like, what the fuck am I playing?
This game is
What is
terrible. Everyone's like, it gets good 25 hours in. I'm like, nope, no, it
why?
doesn't. I'm not
No.
gonna. I'm not doing that. That's a high price of admission. But yeah, 16 looks like the
16 was
epic
fantastic.
medieval
Yeah,
science sci-fi fantasy mashup that I've been like dying for.
hmm
And with some like Devil May Cry combat, like sure, bring it on.
that's right.
I'm in with that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, it looks wild.
it looks wow. It looks gorgeous. But it's got those
Yeah,
like it's got that Final Fantasy feel to it, right? It feels
yeah,
like a tactics type game where it's like not like tactical, but like the stories, like this kingdom and that kingdom and like the political relationships between these places, and I'm totally down for that. And yeah, I don't know. That's kind of it. Somebody buy
yeah,
me a
yeah. I'm
PS5.
excited.
Fuck.
It's especially because I am a fan of 14. I
Never
put a
heard of
lot
it.
of hours into
Never heard of it
14,
again. Interesting.
and
What is this?
I even gave you $1 million
I don't know.
in 14.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I remember you putting me in a car and flying me all over the place and me going,
I put you in the 15
yeah, you
car
put me in a
actually.
15
Yeah,
car, and then you flew away on a Rathalos or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
yeah, yeah,
Like, it's Final
yeah.
Fantasy.
A lot of,
Like, is it?
it's a lot of collecting. It's pretty fun. But yeah, Yoshi P is like a big thing with Final Fantasies. He's always been a fan of like that medieval, more grounded Final Fantasy stories and like settings and aesthetic. So like it's just oozing that for 16 for sure.
Yeah.
Very excited
I'm
about it.
actually this week. I'm gonna check out a. Have you ever heard of a Fantasian? It's
Uh,
it's a weird game.
possibly.
It's on Apple Arcade only, um,
Oh,
and
all
but it's
right.
written by Sakaguchi, the guy who wrote basically all the Final
Okay.
Fantasies up till
Right, right.
6. I think he also wrote 7. Um, and it's weird because they use 3D scanned like models of like environments, like they made like model environments. I don't know how to explain this,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
like
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
handcrafted,
Like
and
they
then
physically built sets, right?
yes,
And then they scan.
Right. So you're playing on the physically built set, but you're using
That's
like
I'm looking at pictures.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
almost
that's
like
great.
AR kind of because you're not looking at the thing, but
Right.
you get what I mean. Um, People
That's
say it's
so
pretty
cool,
good,
man. I
so
love that.
yeah, I'm gonna check this out this week and write a little bit about it. See my impressions.
Man, we should make a game like that.
Yeah, yeah, come on, let's do it. Final Fantasy
Fucking
16.
cool.
Looking forward to it. Not much to say though, because not much is
Yeah,
looks
we're
great.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next up, Spider-Man 2. Uh,
Spider-Man 2 looks cool.
Spider-Man.
Venom.
Yeah, Spider-Man was great. It's the best Spider-Man game there's ever
Yeah,
been.
it's pretty wild.
Whew, so good,
Yeah.
so good.
Still remember getting the chills that you get when you first start playing that game. You just
Oh
start swinging. It's just like, holy shit.
man, yeah, like Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation or whatever,
Yeah,
the GameCube.
something.
Yeah, the PS2 or
Yeah.
whatever. It was like it was a really they got the swinging down perfect because it was very like technical and you did this like speed boosting, leaping off the end of the web and like your web's like connected to physical points instead of just like webbing into the sky and just like running like it looked like you're riding an invisible bicycle with your hands up. It was really weird. But then like 2 like killed it and it almost never got better than that until this shit. It's just like
Yeah.
it's so
It was a long time
intuitive,
ago. Yeah.
beautiful. Combat super good in that
It's
game.
exactly what you would want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
They did the Arkham style combat, which is perfect.
all right, here's the deal. Okay, I was gonna write about this, but I feel like it's too late. Maybe I should.
Okay.
But Spider-Man does something better than the Arkham stuff because it's Arkham in reverse.
Hmm.
Arkham, you're Batman. You're fucking I don't know a god apparently, and you just dictate the battle. You're just zipping around,
Yeah.
right? And you're
Yeah.
even when you do like a counter, your counter is like intercepting, right? Like it's a counter, but you're still attacking. You're the aggressor. But in Spider-Man's case, it's the opposite. You're always in reaction to the enemies, and all your
Right.
tools are for mitigating them, not for necessarily like breaking their shoulders or putting their feet up their noses or whatever the fuck it is. Like
Changing
that.
their lives
Yeah.
forever.
Creating a sea of paraplegic fucking thugs. Like it is out of hand. Yeah, and it fits the characters so well. You get to actually like use the environment in different ways, and yeah. Anyways,
Mhm.
it's my favorite superhero combat. I think it's better than the Arkham stuff because the Arkham stuff kind of just becomes almost like a rhythm game at a certain point. But
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, Spider-Man, you can use all these different gadgets that even if you didn't use the gadgets, similar to like Ghost of Tsushima, like if you didn't use all the tools, it still feels right. It still feels like Spider-Man. It's still like, yeah. Anyways, great game. Miles Morales was also amazing, just as good as the other one. Even though you don't like that he can shock the devil.
It's a little much.
Yeah, yeah. He feels a little
It's a
OP
little-
sometimes. He's just got this like I can just shock shit. Like okay, I don't know
Yeah.
why, but
I don't. It just doesn't like. I'm not a big comic book head guy or anything
Yeah.
like that. It feels a little much. It's like my same critique of like Superman. So it's like just got it too easy, you know.
but
Just
but
like,
Miles doesn't because Miles still has to like go to class. Like Superman's, Superman's so bad. He's just so dumb. I can't. Fucking wears glasses and everyone
fix
just
it.
fools the world. Like get the fuck it. Stop it. Stop it already. Anyway, I'm
I
too
still
strong.
believe
It sucks. Okay.
yeah.
Man, I can travel so fast, freely, at all times. Man,
Basically teleport.
yeah, rough, buddy, rough.
I'm as fast as the Flash. So I can just indestructible.
The thing that gives everybody cancer empowers me. I am literally, like, I am a human star walking around. Like, shut the. Anyways, Spider-Man 2, super into it. Hopefully some co-op. That'd be great. Boy, do I need a PS5. Moving on.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm a little lukewarm on it. I'll be interested in playing it. The funniest thing I'd seen from it is like I don't know if you remember, the character looks a little different now. He's got like facial hair and stuff. He's a little older.
Oh. All grown
And
up.
the picture that I saw of him that they used as like the promo photo of the character,
Hmm.
someone photoshopped it into like a YouTube thumbnail window, just saying, "I'm sorry, a YouTube apology." It's just like this guy looks like a content creator.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Are you soon our VODs are gonna be up on YouTube. I'm gonna put them up this week. Do you wanna like make like reaction faces? Or just like fucking
Dog faces.
yeah, and just have like the dumbest like could you believe it or like uh
Red circle, arrow, arrow, arrow.
yeah, insane. Or I don't even know what they say anymore. Fucking, I've tailored my algorithm just right. That is basically right now. It's just full of like philosophy debates. I'm like perfect, perfect. I don't, just, everybody get away from me. Fuck.
Yeah,
You know, I'm gonna
yeah,
throw
we can
some,
do that.
I'm gonna throw some shade. There's one YouTube creator I can't fucking stand, but I've
Oh
never seen his
shit.
stuff. I've never seen his
Oh
stuff.
fuck.
I think his hold on. Let me see if
He's looking. He's looking him up. He's looking up his
I'm looking him
address.
up right now. Hold on.
You can hear the phone book pages turning.
YouTube. Yes. Is it this guy? Is it this guy? Hold on. I don't want it. I don't want the ad. I just want to look at his channel. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! No! 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 Okay. No, not this guy. Is it this guy? Maybe. No. Okay. There's a guy who makes these thumbnails, and it's just his face, and it never changes. He's not even reacting to anything.
That's funny.
Hold on. Let me see. If I just put Switch review, I'm sure I'll find him. His fucking silly face. Just it's like he's dead in the eyes. He just doesn't even look like he cares.
Yeah.
No, I can't find it. I don't know. There's a lot of like hucksters out there who are just like they're very like over the top fucking like I'm like I didn't think YouTube would become the Disney Channel, but apparently it has, and everybody just whatever
Yeah.
is goofy about it. But anyways, we should make
Yeah.
stupid faces for our
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I could do that.
Please do, please do. I just want like anyways, let's not hate on
Yeah.
all the YouTubers. Next on the list.
Yet. Episode 16.
Yeah.
Scorched Earth.
Scorch. Yeah, we're gonna go ham on everybody. We're gonna get them all angry at us. Just bring the
Yeah,
drama,
that's how we get views.
dude. You can. I feel like it'd be perfect for that. Like my disposition is just like I don't care about your opinion. My opinion supersedes yours all the time. It doesn't matter. Like they'll never win, and people would just. I feel like people would just latch onto that, and just get really angry at me, and then I just get to deflect them with my curmudgeonism. Just like it doesn't matter. You're not.
Collect the money. There you go.
You gotta do it, man. But that's the thing. That's why we work. Cause it's like good cop, bad cop. You know, you're just like, it's not that bad. I'm like, it's the worst thing since sliced bread or whatever. Cause slicing bread is a bad thing. I don't even.
So,
All right. What I forgot.
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor is gonna be. Yeah, you'll like it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I would recommend you play through on story
Yeah.
mode for the original game.
Yeah, I gotta play. Through.
It's okay. Like I think it's a cool Star Wars game. It's made by the guys who made Titanfall. Respawn, they're a good team.
Sure.
Probably the last good team EA overshadows. So
Well,
That's
BioWare fucking
nice.
like melted, so I don't even know.
yeah, BioWare definitely imploded. And
Somebody
just,
buy me
old
Andromeda.
BioWare is gone.
I want somebody to buy me Andromeda. I can't buy it on the fucking store. It's unlisted. Buy it for me, and I'll play it.
Really?
Yeah, it's unlisted on the PS store.
Shit, dude.
Buy it for me, and I'll play that shit. And we'll just, we got to do the trilogy because Mike just fucking dropped the bomb of all bombs in my head.
Yesterday,
that they
yeah.
fucking they remastered the combat in the first game. Like fucking what? So we definitely got to do a playthrough of that. And and you know what? I'm something. It's a thing I have. I have a hard time doing the renegade stuff because I'm a nice guy.
Oh yeah,
I want to
Renegade
save
in
the
first
universe
game,
through kindness.
Renegade.
So let's change
The
that.
way they do Renegade in the first game is by far the best in the whole series. I thought it was really well
What are you
balanced
talking
as
about?
far as.
It's amazing the second one when you just slap the fucking reporter in the face.
Well, yeah, that's true. The reactive like shit
It's
was really dope
amazing.
in the second one. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, it didn't feel like you were a psycho in the first game. Like you did, it didn't feel like your actions were completely left field and
Yeah.
unwarranted. Like
No,
how it gets in three. Like three is too much.
I want to be
Three's
the
renegade. Shepard's just despicable. Like he's
yeah.
a fucking monster.
I want to be an asshole who saves the universe and goes, "I fucking told you so,"
I showed you
and then
how to
blow
do it.
up all the fucking mass relays and be like, "And now you're stuck with me." Like, too fucking bad,
Tribalism,
humanity.
dude.
You can figure it out on your own now. Anyways, what are we
Oh
talking?
yeah, Mass Effect.
Mass Effect, yeah.
Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor. Yeah, we should play it. I should play it.
Yeah, I'll probably play it eventually. I don't know if I'll play it at launch. Probably not.
Wait for the bugs.
But yeah, new Star Wars games is somehow always rare. A good one, especially.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 And
Jedis.
The last on the list here is
What? I forgot what I see the joke, but I forgot what it was.
it's The Last of Us
Oh,
on PC. You're at The Last of Muppets.
The Last of Muppets. Because The Last of Us coming to PC, and we can't wait for Kermit to fucking
Yeah,
to go on a murdering spree.
that's right. He's gonna break some necks. He's gonna throw some shrapnel bombs.
Dude, you know it's.
He's gonna save that little girl.
I really enjoy watching people who play that game like super aggressively, and are good at it. It's so fun to watch because it's like
Yeah.
I don't play that way. I play my game.
Right.
I always play it safe. I like to sneak around. I take defensive positions. I like to do things from afar, and then if it gets nasty, I'll get I'll dirty
Right,
box if
yeah.
I have to. But like watching people who are just like running through, just like take your ears off, kick him in
Yeah,
the
they're
nuts,
just
shoot
John
that
Wick.
dude, just not giving a shit. Like
Yeah, it's
amazing.
just completely brutal. And the fact that you can just do that is really rad. There's a few games like that where you just can watch like really like solid players just play through them. Like
Yeah,
they usually stream and like upload their playthroughs because
it's
they
cool.
know they're fucking good. They
Yeah.
know they're good.
I want to get good
It's
like
just-
that, or
Like-
just even like because especially have you played The Last of Us or any of them before?
Yeah.
So
I
like,
haven't played two, but I've seen
Mike.
most of it.
Mike, we gotta-
I just wasn't interested. It was one of those things. It's like I felt like it didn't really need a sequel. I still remember how like the first game impacted me after finishing. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
yeah, I was
Like,
emotional
wow.
after the first
And
one.
like it's just like I don't know. Like the sequel definitely came out in like a darker period in my life, and I
Yeah.
just definitely didn't want to.
Yeah.
I didn't need that.
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
need
for
that.
sure.
Like
It's
that,
like-
that agony
When I've
in my game time.
played through it twice, and like each time I'm just like emotionally exhausted. I'm just like, God, this
Yeah,
game is
dude, it's
fantastic,
just-
but fuck, man, like, oh, it's
Right.
so dark.
I'm content with not having played it and just like seeing clips here and there.
Alright.
I know the story. It's just it's
Okay,
neat.
that's fair. It's not for everybody. But yeah,
Yeah.
like so, I was. My point was
It's a
that
heavy game.
yes, very heavy. There's like you can kind of just do like the encounters, like just
Mhm.
just jump back into a specific encounter, just do that. Like I want to if I ever have time, I want to like just like perfect an encounter, right? Just like have the plan. Be like, okay, this is how I'm gonna execute it. Like kind of like speed run it, but not really. Just like cool run it, like cool running, like
Cool running.
I want to
yeah.
bobsled the fuck out of Last of Us, and I just want to like run through and be like, you're out, bam, 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 just like pipe to the face, shotgun to you, especially in 2 because you got like the dive and the crawl mechanics. It's a very, it's
Oh shit! Okay.
oh dude, it feels like Metal Gear 3. Like I don't know how to explain it. It
That's
feels
cool.
so much better. Yeah, so I just want to like, you could do shit like that. You could just like take a dive, turn around, pop a few of them in the head, crawl through the grass. Nobody knows where you're at. Come back around, slice their throat. Whatever. It's fantastic.
Holy fuck.
It's so much fun. But like every time I play, I'm like super invested in the story, and I'm emotional. It's just so much. So, anyways, yeah, Last of Us on PC. I'm just looking forward to the mods. I just want to see people
Yeah.
do that, and Kermit the Frog their way through.
Please, yeah, I'll play it again. If I
yeah.
could be Kermit.
All right, moving on to movies. There's only 2 movies on our list because.
Well, I can add another.
Okay.
But,
All right. So first one, I'm kind of looking forward to the Mario movie.
yeah, the Mario movie looks cute.
It looks
visually looks gorgeous. Yeah.
Looks cute. Looks like fun, and I can't wait to just bathe in the haters. Just wanna feel it. Just people just lose their minds over like fucking Chris Pratt is not the real Mario. Like I want them to lose their minds.
It's in the loop now. It's in the regurgitation loop where it's just they can't help themselves.
They can't. There's a physical and mental block in them where they're just like, it's not my Mario. Oh, beautiful. Just bring it, please, more. I want all of it. But yeah, it looks like a fun movie. Like it's just gonna be like a chill. Take my wife to the theater, giggle, eat some popcorn, and just go home. And be like, yeah, that's cool. You want to play some Mario? Like fucking. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Next movie.
Indiana Jones 5.
Indiana Jones 5. Which again, I made a point yesterday in our conversation, our pre-show conversation. Half the Indiana Jones movies are bad, so this can tip the scales. This can bring it back to good.
Maybe.
It looks fine, frankly.
Yeah. I haven't seen much about it, honestly.
I saw the trailer, and I was like, I'm into that. Cool. Yeah, I don't. Indiana Jones is weird. It's got like a weird. Raiders of the Lost Ark is a perfect film. Not almost.
Yeah.
It's close. Back to the Future. It's a fucking perfect film. Raiders of the Lost Ark is almost there. It feels good, but it's like it's definitely of its time. You know what I mean? Where I feel like Back to the Future is somewhat timeless. Get it? But the Raiders of the Lost Ark is like it's a pulp comic adventure. It feels so good. Fucking 4 is like I don't know what's with the CG ants. It's just swinging with the monkeys. I can't let go of that. It's just something I'm not gonna let go of ever. So I don't mind the aliens that much, to be honest. Like that wasn't the thing that broke it for me. It was all the other shit. Like
it didn't help. It was,
aliens.
It was okay. It was just like the build up to it was just so fucking terrible.
Oh, the fucking nuking the fridge. I can't.
Yeah, that's how you start that movie.
That's how you start the movie. It was like, well, here's my suspension of disbelief. Also got nuked. Thanks.
Gone.
I can't.
Eviscerated.
He was in a fucking refrigerator. He got launched miles. Like
tumbled and
he should have.
Didn't die.
How did he
come out with a single broken bone?
How did he walk out of there?
The next scene, he's just being showered off because they think he's a radiator.
So fucking.
Oh man.
Anyways, so, I like old Harrison Ford as much as I love young Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford's never the problem with these films, either. He's always doing great. It's just everything around him is not holding up.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that movie. That's going to be fun. I just started some really epic music in the background. You can't hear it. I got to change this. It's like too much. It's like the last battle music from Chrono Trigger. I'm like, calm down.
Oh,
it's lit.
Settled. Oh, I can go into it. I'm very excited for Dune Part 2.
Oh yeah. I don't know anything about Dune. I should care.
Dune is what we were talking about it earlier, where it's hard to break down a movie.
Yeah.
Or get a movie from a book like that, right?
Yeah.
And is especially like one of those ones where it's historically difficult to break down into a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And I think he did a really good job because they got the who was the director of it? Man, what was his name? Sorry,
David Lynch.
It's like Lynch did the first movie in the 80s. Yeah. Was it the early 90s? Fuck, I can't remember.
I think it was the 80s. No,
It was,
fucking.
I think it was definitely the 80s.
Dune director. Dine. I can't fucking spell. Dune.
Denis Villeneuve.
Dennis Villeneuve.
Yeah,
Dennis.
it's the guy who did the Blade Runner 2049
okay,
movie.
okay.
He did Arrival.
Okay, haven't seen Arrival.
Yeah, Sicario, the first one. It's really
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
good.
like 2049.
Yeah, yeah. The first Dune Part One is actually really good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like a flawless movie because well, one of the things I was very hyped for it because I did reread the first book of Dune, and like that book is just so damn good, man. It's just like if you love like science fiction and just like that pure essence of like old science fiction of like
Sorry.
okay, like these guys, like this is really what they think the future's gonna be. Like it's just like how they break it down, like in this book, is just so damn good.
Mm.
Like they the way he describes things is so perfect and informative in such an interesting way. Where I was just was hooked by the book, and it was just fantastic. And I love the setting visually. You just picture it in your head perfectly. It's just this barren world, but the riches are the spice, right? The spice must flow, and it's just like everything is just so interesting around it. And the way, like, if you're ever gonna read the book, I highly recommend that you do. Is the way the book ends is just so fucking profound. It's just it's such a good mic drop, you know? Like it's just like it's on the last note. It's like, oh my god, that's so fucking good. It's just like it blew me away reading it the first time. So so yeah, like seeing how they're converting it to a movie is really interesting. The movie is really focusing on like a very much more narrow path for obvious reasons because the book is very deep with political agendas and houses and just how all these characters are, all their motives. Like there's so much thinking in that book and how much that is described of just like what people are thinking about all the time. And that is one of the coolest parts about the book, but you can't get that in a movie.
Yeah.
So like they to break it down and just really focus on the beats, and I think they're really showing the beats in a very interesting way and making some interesting changes along the way. So yeah, I'm excited for the second part. It's gonna be good, I'm sure.
Hey, I gotta check. I know nothing about Dune. Sorry. I got nothing.
Yeah.
There's sand, Sting, and
Worms.
Got the Sting in the first one, right? He's in his underwear.
Yeah, Sting's in the original movie, the Lynch movie.
That's it. That's all I got. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, I should watch the first one. I just gotta see where I can get it, because
right on. Yeah,
shit's hard. Okay, moving on to shows. The first one is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, and it's your fault.
Same.
It's The Mandalorian.
Star Wars is good. Star Wars is good for right now.
Listen,
it might get bad again later.
Hold on. That's next week. We're talking about Star Wars, but like, yeah, I have a fucking difficult relationship with that universe, but like, you drew me back in with this, and I was really made me feel good about it again. I was like, yeah, I like the thing. I remember.
I mean, like we get cynical about Star Wars because we care about it. You know, it's just like
we know it can care. I don't give a fuck. That shit's crazy. I care about Star Trek, and then I gave up on that shit too. I'm willing to let all my babies die, because that's it. I'm done.
Hey,
everybody's ruining everything. They're ruining everything. Sorry.
Yeah.
God, new Star Trek's so bad. So fucking bad.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Everything about Picard is like the only thing kind of worth watching, and even then it's a little like,
is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty good. The first season, I didn't see the other ones. But
I've been getting recommended clips on the last season of like basically the goodbye of everything, and it's just like, man, we had a perfect goodbye for TNG years ago.
Yeah,
like
we were good.
The show, we were good, man.
Wow.
Like you don't need the
the cash grabbing is just it's rough.
It's bad.
It's rough, and then like the.
I hate seeing Patrick Stewart being exploited like this.
I think what bugs me the most is just that like and this is like an old thing, right? This is a growing up thing, maybe, or it's a generational thing. But I hate to see like good stuff get like newified, and it's just like they're missing the shit. Like those fucking those Klingons are just so bad. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't want to go on a rant about Star Trek, but
Yeah, we
yeah, and we'll talk about the Star Wars for next week. Mandalorian is fucking great.
Hopefully it'll be good.
Mandalorian is fucking
Hopefully
great.
it will be good.
Yeah.
I'm
so
a little
far,
salty on it
because of Boba Fett.
because of Boba Fett and how much they fucked up that show. Like they had to I so fucking frustrated. Like that's the thing is like they devoted like 2 episodes of that 6-episode show to the Mandalorian.
That is the best.
And
part.
it's like it's the best episodes in the show, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like this is great, but like it's the wrong show, man. Like, come on. I've been waiting for something good with Boba Fett for fucking ever. And like it doesn't happen. Like this is such a fucking blue balls.
All right, we'll next week or next episode. I don't know what our next episode is, but next episode.
All right.
Don't.
Sure.
We're looking forward to that. Yeah.
But yeah, this is the summary of the Star Wars episode. Fuck.
God, Jesus, come on. Yeah, that's it.
Mandalorian season 3. Hopefully, it's good.
It's gonna be great.
I hope you watch Boba Fett show because it's kind of important.
Yeah, it's a hostage situation. You better fucking watch this because the shit you really want. It's nestled in here.
Just watch the 2 episodes. Forget about everything else.
Kind of. You could totally.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter.
Loki season 2.
Yep.
Loki was a crazy fucking show. Like,
yeah,
I got Disney Plus mostly for The Mandalorian and because it was cheaper than Netflix, and I don't have enough time to have like multiple fucking streaming services. Like, it doesn't make sense.
That.
So, yeah, Loki came out of fucking nowhere. Holy shit. Yeah. Great show.
Probably the least interested I was for a show.
Honestly, same.
And it was just like, then I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting with the whole, like, these time cops. Dimensional cops. And,
I like the look.
It was very interesting.
Yeah, the look is what sold me. It was so, like, fucking 60s, 70s. I was like, yeah, this is cool. I'm into this.
Yeah.
And then, like, the story went...
Europe, basically, right?
Yeah. And the story just went batshit crazy. And I'm like, I'm really into this. What's happening?
Yeah, very cool show.
Yeah, I kind of like the fallout of like the end game stuff. Like, I like that ended the way it did. I love the ending of all that, but I also like that the repercussions of it are like basically like TV shows and like kind of like getting to see these things expanded in a way that don't really get to be expanded elsewhere, like in a film type thing. It was like really cool, but like they're going so. Some of them are very like cookie cutter, like not cookie cutter, but like the Captain America and the Falcon are very like, or Winter Soldier and the Falcon are very like, it's exactly what I expected. But then like the WandaVision show is like fucking crazy. Like, I don't know what the hell's happening in that show. Loki.
Yeah, I like the style of WandaVision a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Loki was just wild. So that's the one I care the most about.
Yeah, it was probably the stronger of the recent shows.
I think so too. I didn't see She-Hulk.
Hawkeye was alright.
Yeah, it was okay. It was fine.
She-Hulk was,
I didn't see it.
It was different, but like a lot of people didn't like the vibe of it. I thought it was fine. It was just completely different from everything else that they've shown before because it's much more satirical.
Yeah, but also I think like it was it's one of those shows that becomes like the target of like the anti-woke group of like I saw a lot of this like goofy fucking criticisms on it, like look at it, she's like twerking, blah. It's like shut up, who cares, like grow up. but like I don't know, I don't like when shows become fodder for the culture war. Like just fucking let it be what it is and just be quiet about it. God, just watch a thing, chill. Like criticize it on its own merit. Social media
is so integral to like the promotional things, right?
Yeah. and that's the word.
Yeah.
Like even with like the whole Lord of the Rings thing, like
Mhm.
I don't care for that. Like I'll watch the movies, they're great, and then just read the books because those are great, and then just fucking
Yeah.
live my life, right?
I watched that Lord of the Rings show with
Yeah,
friends, and it was fine. It
it's
was like
fine.
whatever.
It
I
seemed
went in
like
with no,
whatever.
and I just had a good time with my buds watching the show. So that was
Yeah, but like it became this like weird like race thing, and then the woke versus
God.
the anti woke, and it's just like guys,
Yikes.
calm down, everybody, stop, just watch it or don't.
Yikes.
You don't have to do this. You don't have to participate in this. Like just, ugh. But anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
super yikes all the
Yeah.
time. Everything's yikes. Everything's terrible. That's the name of our new
Yeah.
podcast. Everything's terrible.
Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. We're glad you're here because everything's terrible.
Ugh.
And then the last show I have is The Old Man. First of
Yeah,
all,
I don't
best
know.
title ever.
Yeah,
Just-
the old man.
Just great. Best title. And
Jeff Bridges?
Yep, Jeff Bridges being Jeff Bridges. I'm in.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm bought.
What more do you need?
What more do you fucking need?
Why can't we get like, I guess that's what's supposed to be Picard is, or what Picard is supposed to be, right? But
Picard's weird. It's not bad. And the thing about Picard is that he's the best part of that show because he's himself. He's Picard,
Right.
and he's the best.
Yeah.
It's Picard. Like I know what I'm getting, and that's what I want. But everything else around is kind of like, it's too shiny,
Yeah.
and everyone needs to chill out.
yeah.
I don't
Also, the Federation is bad,
know.
right? That's what they go into.
I don't
a
know.
lot
The
of
first season was like, not that they're bad. They're infiltrated, but there's like, it gets weird. I don't know.
Okay,
It's
okay.
whatever. Fucking. I mean, I can ruin. You want me to ruin it for you? I'll ruin it for you right now.
I think I've already been spoiled on it. I forgot.
He's a
already,
fucking
so-
robot now or whatever. It's weird. I don't get it. I don't.
If he was made a robot, why does he look the same? Like,
Because they're better now. They
no,
don't.
he just-
They don't have to be shiny like Data anymore. They can just.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like if he was gonna be remade as a robot, why not just be like when he was in his prime and not?
Well, that's the whole thing.
a
He was like,
9-year-old.
I'm still gonna die, right? I'm not immortal. Like, nah, there's a ticker on you. He's like, all right, cool. It's like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Why even bring him back? Anyways.
Alright.
Picard. But yeah,
Just-
the old man. Looks cool. I just like Jeff Bridges. So that's
Yeah,
it.
I
That's,
also like Jeff Bridges.
that's all I need. That's all I need.
Yep.
And
Alright.
that's it. We're done.
That's
That's all
That's
we're
it.
looking forward to. Everything else is gonna be shit.
Under 2 hours, fucking record breaking.
Fucking hell yeah, we're doing it. We're getting better. We're getting concise. Yeah. Do you wanna? We don't have any questions of the audience. So you wanna take a break and then we can start up Dying Light. We're gonna do some Dying Light together.
Yeah, let's get to. We're probably gonna have to do like a video, like at the start of the game. Probably can't co-op through that.
Oh, yeah.
Probably can't. But
Like the prologue or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll just run through it. And
Yeah.
we just try to meet up. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but we'll figure it out. All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a break. Mike, mute yourself so we can keep the music going.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we'll be back in a little bit with some Dying Light. See ya.
Bye bye. But come back, please.
Don't go. Bye bye.
You